today. From Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee, it's Week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Tennessee Titans taking on the Seattle Seahawks.
All in all, we have a pretty pleasant December day in the Volunteer State. The chilly rain from last night has moved on. The temps have bumped up a bit here at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. This crowd here fired up for football as a moment ago their Titans were introduced. This should be a good one as the Titans get set to match up with the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we take a look at this Titan Ball Club entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So here are the Titans now for their first drive. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Now here are the Seahawks in great shape to start their first drive. They will be led out by a second-round pick in 2019. Out of Missouri, it's Drew Lock.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. After the turnover, here's Lock. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And he'll need to find a way to shrug off the opening drive, if you can even call it a drive. One play and an interception, so he's got to forget that.
I know that in today's football, we have a good number of coaches who don't look at time of possession the way that the old school guys did. But there's still a place for it. I think that on this drive, after having thrown that interception, they're going to eat up a little bit more clock and run some offense and give their defense a little bit of a break.
Well, maybe that'll help him settle back into a groove after the interception on the first drive here, picking up the first to start drive number 2.
And it is just starting over, isn't it? Sometimes it's just how you have to do it. You have to erase things from your mind. Don't worry about what happened before, because over the course of a game, the good players, things turn out pretty well for them, and that's what he's trying to do here.
To throw on second down. Waters. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. They'll look to throw again. And this is going to be incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Locke. Catch is made by Metcalf. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Sensational he was last week, over 200 yards. And the simple quote that we saw this week was, keep him in front of us. They're going to have to do that.
And when they say that, it means tackling him after the catch. Because once he makes the catch, you may catch it in front. But if you don't tackle him, he's behind you at that point, and that's how he racks up the big yardage.
A big connection on that one. 30 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
They fake the handoff. Now Locke. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off inside the 5. Then he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Off play action. Waters. He finds his man, complete. It's Spencer. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Waters. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
On now is the Titans punter, as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Now the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Locke's throw caught here by Metcalf. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Throwing on 1st down is Locke. Being chased out left. It's brought in left side by Tate. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. On play action, Locke. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Again, it's Locke. Dancing to his left. Looking left side, and it's complete. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Waters. Throw left side complete. That's Spencer. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. Can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. You might want to take that course.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Waters. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. From the gun, Waters. And that is incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. This is taken at about the 14. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop. A man down on the return. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
It's a big play there for Seattle. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Locke off of play action. On the move to his left. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Locke again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, and they're going to measure revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first-half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They're down 17-0, really needing to find that offensive spark on this drive as they have it with a 1st and 10. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now here's a throw that's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Now a throw here hauled in. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Waters. Going right side here, and that's complete. Touchdown, Titans. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Titans are able to cut into that deficit.
I think if you pulled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. We see Drew Lock in the offense coming back on. And he's looked pretty good. Does have the 1 interception, but 2 touchdown passes so far. Your analysis.
They'll take the offset. When you're talking about throwing 2 touchdown passes, no one wants to see an interception thrown, but those things happen in the course of a ball game and over the course of a season. But throwing 2 touchdown passes, that's why the team has an advantage. That's what they're looking for more of.
He'll be hoping to make it a 3-to-1 ratio here in the second quarter. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a play fake, and here's Locke. Rolling to his left. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. Now the defense loses him. It's complete. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. 2nd and 10. Now Locke. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Throwing now is Locke. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue, because you know after the sack there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Titans going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Throwing on first down. Waters firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, Waters, he finds his man, complete. That's Pineda. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Finding his safety valve here, that's complete. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. On first down, Waters. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. And that one tied 14 apiece in the second quarter. From there, we'll head down to Charlotte to check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium, and they have the lead over the visiting New York Jets. Sam Darnold, 2 touchdown passes thus far. Lastly, let's head to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, see what's happening with the Bengals. And that one's at halftime with the visiting Lions out on top. The Lions still in a dogfight, but this would be a good victory for them if they could get it. In the game you're watching, it's been Drew Lock with a strong first half. He's over 300 yards passing already. How high can he go? To find out, let's kick it back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. DK Metcalf of the Seattle offense about set to take over once again. And anytime a receiver's over 100 yards like he is, maybe the D coordinator scratching his head a little bit. If you're the D coordinator, what are you doing? Whatever he's not doing.
That's the best way to put it, but you have to treat him like the hot shooter in basketball, the guy that's just not missing. You run enough people at him to make him give up the ball in basketball. In this case, you've got to cover him with enough people that they throw the ball to someone else and make them beat you.
Block now on first down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Locke. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hodges. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. We'll check on his status when we get back. On first down, Locke. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one.
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. A big loss there of about 7 yards on first and goal, so now it's second down. Locke going to throw. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
Now the extra point. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Out come the Titans now. They'll have it first on offense to start the third. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive. Missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. To throw again, Waters. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
On now is the Titans punter as he's on to kick it away. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. DK Metcalf for the Seattle offense about set to take over once again. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They look to throw. It's Locke. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point right down the middle, and that will extend this big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Tennessee offense set to go again. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now a handoff here to his running back. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down. Back to throw. Waters. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
On now is the Titans punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. .36 yards on the punt with no return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The roads will be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
Second 10 coming up here in Nashville. Third quarter action. To throw in his lock. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway.
Touchdown! It's complete. Will Dissly, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks get another third quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Throwing on first down. Waters throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
On third down, Waters throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. So no gain on the play, and that's going to make it fourth down. On now is the Titans punter, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time, and out will come the offense as they take over. We see Drew Lock in the offense coming back on. And nobody in the stadium feels better than he does right now. Just a slew of touchdown passes. He's been spectacular.
And you and I both know this is a team game, one of the best team games that's out there. But right now, I've forgotten what the scoreboard even says. Just watching what he's doing.
Been fun.
That's been mesmerizing and a whole lot of fun to watch.
He's hoping to keep it going under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Nick Bolton able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Block now to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
He's going to let this go for the end zone. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf, his 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Seahawks are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Titans offense now, they get set to head back out here. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. On 1st and 10, Waters. Throw left side complete. That's Spencer. And some space here. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big play that time on the catch and run. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Waters. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Waters throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. From the gun, Waters, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
I like what they tried to do there. Tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he could make some yards after the catch and pick up a first down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. So make it 2 missed field goals for him now, but I have the sense, given that distance, you could probably forgive him here on this one.
Yeah, this is out of the range of just about anybody on planet Earth except probably you, partner. But you just got to drive it out low and hope that somehow you hit it absolutely perfect.
And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's second down.
A CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities, and he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
And that last throw puts him over 5,000 yards passing now on the season already. Some rarefied air with numbers like that.
Well, don't keep the oxygen just for yourself. Pass some over to me, my friend, because given the fact he still has a number of games remaining on the schedule, that number is going to go sky high.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Locke to throw. Going to throw deep for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Seahawks on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And they'll get to him short of the first down at about the 16. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
And this one is right through. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. And the passing game, I mean, look at the numbers. It's fallen off. When a team is struggling, sometimes you look at the quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up?
Yeah, that's always a big one, isn't it? Usually, there's a quarterback whisperer somewhere. And what I mean by that is, whether it's an assistant coach, whether it's one of his best friends on the team, someone that can get in his ear, get with him, and say, all right, my man, what do you need? What's going on here? So there's one person he can lean on. He's going to have to lean on that guy right now.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun, Waters. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Pressure comes and down he goes. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. They'll score that a 36-yard punt.
DK Metcalf for the Seattle offense about set to take over once again.
This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now
they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. And they will take a knee here. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Seahawks, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Titans, it's a potentially fatal blow to their playoff chances as they drop to 6-7 on the year. And they'll get the